Alright, hey there internet. I'm going to show you how to get this done in just 2 minutes. So the idea is to take a regular image and turn it into an anamorphic expensive one. A Soviet Lomo 35 lens. Expensive and luxurious. So let's begin. For this you'll need to download a plugin. Well, actually not a plugin, but a PowerGrade. We'll refer to it as a plugin. You will find the download link at the bottom of the page. So what do we have here? In a zip file. Once you unpack it, you'll have 2 files. One for the studio version and one for the free version, which is very important. DaVinci. What makes it really different is that in the studio you're dealing with things like film grade, and other visual elements. But the regular free version has no grain, otherwise it's all the same. So I have Studio installed, so we'll take Studio. So how do I install it? Let's go into the color tab section. I already have them, but I'll delete them now. Okay, it's really quite simple. We just take this and then we pull it tight. And that's it. You see, it's appeared for us now. It's very straightforward. With the right mouse button, we then apply the grade. And that's it.
You are very welcome. Very expensive, beautiful.
That's just wonderful. Simply wonderful. How very beautiful. This is so beautiful. I'll quickly tell you in just a couple of words how to manage this. It's actually quite straightforward, believe me. So the most important thing that we have is this. Okay, first of all. So what I mean is, if you look in the tab that's labeled nodes, right here in the nodes section, you'll immediately notice this particular little package. It's a compound named Lomo 35. To access its contents, simply double click on it and we'll then enter the actual schematic diagram and the nodes themselves. So what do we have here and how exactly can we control them? The most important node we have is what we call the streaks node, and essentially these very streaks, they are exactly what we're talking about. A simple double click and we're going right inside. The first and most important node we're looking at is mask gen. What exactly does it do? So let's break it down. She's the one who precisely generates these streaks with the sources of light that are entering the lens. Well, just like a genuine lens, from it you can already obtain. And so these very highlights are appearing. So how do we control it? We need to select the mask gen node. So we're gonna choose qualify, well, the pipette basically. And so pause and in order for us to see things more clearly, pause, we have the option to either increase the size of these nodes, pause, but for me this particular way is more convenient. Okay, and pause, and then we can see specifically the mask itself, or we can press Shift +8 and we'll see that by adjusting the low slider
we can.
The main thing is to isolate these very bright points. And right here we can now see how our streaks are beginning to take shape. Let's turn off the mask. We can either make them smaller, completely remove them, or simply fill them in entirely, just like this. The next feature we have is called Low Soft, which allows us to effectively soften the mask itself, and as a result we will then achieve a beautiful soft glow. So that's the general idea of what I mean.
Just tidy up a little.
So the next topic we're going to cover is distortion. The control sticks are operated within the effects panel, and what we're seeing here is, in fact, the actual bending motion of these very sticks. This is precisely how they flex and curve. To accurately reproduce the shape of the lens, right? The next soft characteristic is the flexibility of the sticks themselves. We can blur it as much as possible. Look at this beauty, such absolute beauty. So we can control the lighting. Yes, we can control the light emitted by these sticks. So over here we select stick control, and then for the color we choose green. And with this gain setting we are able to adjust the actual color of the sticks themselves. Alternatively, you could just remove them entirely using saturation, and that way it will become completely colorless.
That's also really cool.
Let's go ahead and lift this up, and I must admit I actually much prefer this particular shade of blue. Alright then, my dearest Anamorph, long may he live and prosper. So then, in order to make our way out of this compound, with the right mouse button on an empty space, and we essentially exit the compound. Everything is now set up to...
And what came after that?
You are free to make use of this. The link is available in the description.